Slumber Party, and today we have a bit of a serious episode. I have some news to share that I would be remiss if I didn't talk about, because something happened in between the first episode that we recorded and now, which is my dad passed away. He passed about a month ago, and it was devastating for my family. It was very sudden and unexpected. He had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and within about 2 weeks he was diagnosed and finally did pass. So it was a very difficult time, but this podcast is all about being real. We are being the realist, if you will. And I didn't want to just hide under a hole and just not do anything and not talk about it, because I think that this could be a really healing episode for me and probably for anyone else who's listening who's going through grief. So I've got my little buddy here, my weighted stuffed animal. But I also have an incredible guest with me today. She is an incredible friend, human, manager. She is my manager. But she has an incredible life story. She's one of the strongest women that I have ever met personally. I love her dearly, and I know that you will too. So without further ado, let me introduce to you my manager, Teresa.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I mean, I knew we were going to get serious and probably teary-eyed, but now I'm already... Yeah.
It's already started.
No, I'm very, very thankful for you, Sophia, in so many ways imaginable, and I am really quite honored to be here during an important discussion. And thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, welcome to the slumber party.
It is wonderful. We're actually in
my bedroom.
Slumber party. We've done this before, but now we're doing the fun times and hopefully exposing some of the harder times.
Yes.
Because we're not always perfect princesses.
Of course not.
We're human beings, and there's a lot you have to do to get by, to keep the smile on your face.
Absolutely.
And to keep going with things through traumatic instances.
Mm-hmm.
And your father was not only a part of your family, but he was a major part of our company. And it took a big toll on all of us. And we were very honored, even as a full company, to be a part of his family and extended family. So I'm very glad to be here and by your side through this. Your family has become my own in so many ways, and yeah,
we love you.
We love you. I love you.
Yeah, it's my dad was he was such an acts of service kind of guy, where he would do anything for anybody. He would constantly be driving us all over town to go do these princess parties and, getting us bagels and lunch and coffee and literally anything that we need. He was always right there. And it was very, in the first couple events after his passing were very, very difficult. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. And it's good that you had a team not only there for you through the events, but all of us were able to be there through the actual funeral. Yeah. And because you treat us like family. You have welcomed us, your entire family. Your extended family has welcomed us in with open arms. And that's something not every family has. And I mean, your papa was too old to be my papa, but he he wasn't old enough to be my papa. I'm too old to be his daughter. But just beyond any grace, and love just surpasses everybody. And he's a very great example of why you have so many people around you through that. And that will stand by your side. Very great example of how you should love.
Thank you. Yeah, he really was. And I said at his funeral, I told the story about him taking time out of the busiest day of the year to get my performer a Coke just because she offhand said that she wanted one. But that's what I want to be for other people now. Is that's the legacy that I want to carry on. Is you need something, I got you. Just tell me, and I'll be there for you. So, in every instance, he was every inch of the perfect, dad and Prince Charming and royal chauffeur and everything. And even outside of my work, he was incredibly supportive of me. Like, he was a finance guy, but he let me go to school for musical theater. And it's like
having parents that support an art,
support your dreams, even though he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my God, those are special people, and especially the ones that don't necessarily understand it at all. But the way he looked at you, he was always quietly fangirling.
Yes. Oh my God.
Everybody.
He was a lurker, sure.
A lurker.
He would never get in photos, but he was always there. Trust.
Rocky Horror, I was the person trying to get everybody interactive within the crowd.
He was like
I went up to your mom and dad who were supporting with their heart and soul, but they were not in the right place
at all. These two introverts went to an immersive Rocky Horror production where I was Janet. Teresa was understudying a bunch of roles, and
I was just trying to get them to be. I went up there because I was supposed to get them to be interactive, but I was just like, you can stay here. I appreciate
you being here at all.
I have no idea why you're here. I love you for it, and I'm sorry.
But you're about to go see your daughter get motorboated by Jackie as Frank.
Oh my God! But then after they were like, Jackie, you're so talented. Oh my God!
I know, it's so crazy that it's Janet, who cares? Jackie as Frank. Chef's kiss.
My dad was at a lot of my stuff growing up, but there is a certain love that your family gives to other people. And you're like, wait a second,
what the hell?
You could come with a show. No, my family was like, Sophia's voice. Oh my God, Sophia. And I was like, well, was I funny? And then my son's like, well, Lexi danced better. So I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for that. Yeah. But my family and your family, I mean, they're very supportive of us as artists. And, it takes a certain kind to let your child, not only just open a business, but in this industry, put themselves out there.
College.
Yeah, twice. The both of us. It takes a certain kind of parent to let your child not only open a business and just put themselves out there, but in this industry specifically, in entertainment, in modeling, in literally anything. I mean, it's a leap of faith.
We dropped out of school
twice.
And we're smart people.
We are. This industry just sucks.
we had a lot of potential in other things.
Yeah.
And to have our parents say, I get that this is not the route you want to go down, and your happiness means more to me than your potential.
Yeah.
But our potential has become greater because of that. I mean, it has it not?
It absolutely has. I feel and the way that my dad was so excited about me starting this business, and I found you through this venture that he didn't say that he didn't stop me from going on. He was so ready for me to branch out and do my own thing and make a mark on this industry that I love so much, but it sucks. He allowed me to pursue my dreams even though he didn't understand them, and that's something that is admirable as a parent, to not force your own agenda and ideas on your child. He was not a stage parent, neither is my mom. They're very
quiet.
We're all very introverted. We're very, you would never think that any of us would go into entertainment, but here we are. And it's they saw potential in me and they knew that I wanted to do this, and that's rare.
And being
incredible.
A theater parent is not for the weak either.
No, not at all.
Especially if you don't get it. I have a lot of friends. We had a very small school, so a lot of my friends are from different communities and such. And a lot of them are theater parents now, and they're like, this is weird. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird. But do you see how they feel accepted, how much fun they're having? Like, you don't have to be into it. You really don't.
Just support them.
But it's a community. And it's a great community. And just be weird.
Yeah.
Have fun. Be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, it takes all kinds. And I know my dad was always, he came to every single show that I ever performed. I don't think there was a single one that he missed. But he was always that silent cheerleader. Like, you know, my family was never like hooting and hollering, which I was like, God damn it, you guys. Like, I'm fucking Ariel. Like, can we just like stand up? Like, can we like scream a little bit? But
no.
But I know in their hearts,
I'm going to get a quiet, I'm going to get a nod.
I'm going to get a silent nod, of like a golf clap or whatever.
Like, you get the hand on the heart, like,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like curtain call. It's like crickets. I'm like, okay, my whole family's here. What the hell, you guys?
Oh my God. That's funny. It's true. It's true. Your biggest fans are usually the quietest ones. Yeah.
But that was my dad in a nutshell. He was incredible. I loved him so much. I love him so much. But dealing with his loss has been one of the hardest. This has been one of the most difficult seasons of my life I think I've ever had. And that's saying a lot because I've been through a lot of depression. I've been hospitalized. I've been in the psych ward. Like, this is, you know, there's a lot going on. And I've not lost anyone close to me. I've not lost a parent before, obviously, but I haven't even lost like a grandparent that I can remember. And going through grief without a roadmap, or without, not to say that there is a roadmap for grief, but going through grief blindly, like, you know, God, this sucks, and I don't know at all what I'm supposed to be doing or what I can do to make myself feel better. It just sucks. But
so the thing about going through it, what you're supposed to do, you're just supposed to stay alive. Like, you have no roadmap. There is no roadmap. And so for a little backstory on myself and my grief process, I lost my father a similar age to you. I was 25. And
actually yesterday was the anniversary.
It was just recently the anniversary. It's been 12 years for me now. And I lost my father. I was expecting to lose him. You were not expecting to lose your father. My dad was born in the 30s, and I was born in 1988. Yeah. So I had been preparing for that for quite some time. And even with that, it shook my world. I was in New York City. I was living a life away from it. I wasn't even necessarily super close to my dad, but it shook me.
It rocks your world. Yeah.
To the point where I started having problems in my relationship. I started having problems just leaving the house. Yep. And I had already been living away from my father for a year. 10 years at that point. Yeah. It was not a...
you see him every day.
It wasn't. I was living in a different state, and he was losing his voice for a very long time, and he would save his voice to talk to me because he had throat cancer. But it started changing outlines of who I was. Yeah. And through that, it was making my day-to-day life pretty unmanageable, and I didn't quite know what was going on. And I was in a very loving relationship, and it put a lot of, trauma on that. And then I ended up losing my partner 6 months from the day my father passed away to the day. And I quit everything. Everything. And I realized 12 years later, the only thing I needed to do was stay alive. Yep. And there's so much expectation of you. There's so many, laundry lists, especially through the funerals and stuff. There's things to do. Yeah. But you have this like fog around you. Yes. That's like dead. Literally. dead. And you're still just like going through the motions. Yeah. But you're dead. Yep. That's it. That's the only thing that goes through your head.
Yeah. And it definitely fog is the best way to describe it, where I felt like nothing was real. Still, even literally yesterday, I thought back about the funeral and I was like, I can't believe that fucking happened. Like, this is so ridiculous that this happened so quickly, that this happened at all. But now this is the reality that I'm living in, where I'm never going to see my dad again. I'm never going to hear his voice or give him a hug or get his advice. Like, that's actually insane to me. And it hits me slowly that this is real. I think I'm, people talk about the stages of grief. It starts with denial. I feel like I've been in denial land for fucking ever. But in reality, it's only been about a month and a half. And it's like, I have my whole life to go through these fucking stages of grief. But, and also another detail to add to your story that made me realize how strong you were pregnant with your son at the time that your partner passed.
I was 10 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was so much trauma around that. And it was just, when I heard that, my heart broke. And I was like, I can't believe, all the things that you've been through, and that you're still here and you are sunshine, like encapsulated in a person.
Listen, I don't do this, and this is why I'm here right now.
Yeah.
I really only let people see my scripted side.
Yeah.
But
we mask as performers. We do. Literally. That's what we're paid to do.
I don't do this. I knew I was going to do this, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to say the words because I can talk about my dad. But I don't think that's what's powerful about me. And when we were at this women's conference this weekend, Empower.
Shout out Demery.
It was
her.
Yeah. Beautiful. But what I had gotten from it was, I'm a great public speaker. I am a character performer. I'm good at what I do. But what makes me powerful is this. It's what I do every day to go be able to be that character. Yeah. And it's 12 years later. My son is going to be 11 in a couple weeks.
And he's the sweetest little kid. I love him so much. You did such a good job.
He is so amazing.
Yeah. And he looks like his dad. He's just an incredible, talented performer. So amazing.
I had something to look forward to, and he is the love of my life.
Yep.
But my life, 12 years later, here's what it looks like when I wake up in the morning, because I do have a son. I have a son that never met his father. Someone I love. I moved back home from New York back to Michigan, and not a lot of people share AJ. Not a lot of people share my partner. There are people that met him, but they met him through my dad's funeral.
Yeah.
So I mask every day of my life. Yeah. And I wake up, I have to wake my son up from school at 7:00. My alarm's set at 5:00 because I have to not show this to be a good mom. I have to continue things because my grief is not his grief. It does experience loss in different ways, but 12 years later, I cry every single morning. I cry when I hear every third song on the radio. It's something you learn to live with. It's something that changes the trajectory or whatever that was. It is something that changes your DNA.
Yeah.
I really feel like I've become a new person. Good ways, horrible ways. I think something we have agreed on recently, though, is about not caring about trivial stuff anymore.
Yes.
And it makes me feel like a jerk.
Yeah, but I think I joke that my dad gave me permission finally to just let loose and just be like, you know what? How are you doing? I'm doing fucking miserable. I literally said that to somebody a couple days ago. I was like, how are you doing? I'm pretty fucking miserable right now, actually.
And more
everything
people
sucks.
should be able to say that.
Yes. And I'm people pleaser supreme. If you know me, like even as a business owner, just like I am literally a doormat for anybody. But once my dad passed, I was like, I don't have the fucking time or the energy to put up this front anymore. I'm so sorry, but like I just can't.
And that's the good thing that comes through it is you realize what is important, what's valuable to you, what you want to devote your time and energy to. Burp.
Yeah.
And a nose. Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah. What you find what's really important to you and what you value. And I mean, I went from being super codependent. I couldn't have a moment alone because I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts, to realizing there's a lot I don't want to be going on around me because it's just not helpful for me to grow as a human.
Yeah. And I think our loved ones give us that strength because I know that that's something that my dad wanted for me, was like, okay, put your foot down, girl. Like, what are you talking about? Like, slow the fuck down. Like, don't, like, there were so many things that I know my dad wanted for me that I feel like in some weird way, like, he's given me permission almost to, like, do things and say things and, just be fucking honest. And that's the whole point of this podcast, is to be honest, to be real, to not put up this mask, because the only one who we don't benefit from masking. The only person who benefits is everybody else. Then at the end of the day, when we're done masking and there's no one else here, it's just you and your thoughts, that sucks. Like, we're the only ones who get hurt from that. So yeah, but I did want to ask you, because you are, I would say, a seasoned pro at like dealing with grief.
Queen of grief.
Yes. As the newest member of the Dead Dads Club, my initiation, what got you through this trauma, like this incredible loss so quickly, so close to each other? How did you survive that, basically? And how do you continue to be okay for you and for your son and for, do all the things that you do?
What other choice did I have?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally did every bad decision I could. I reached rock bottom and I was still alive.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, you just don't have a choice anymore.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be here. Am I going to do something better with my life? Am I going to be valuable? Am I going to have a purpose anymore? Or am I just going to be a blob for the rest of my life? It took a really, really hard time to find myself again. And I'm still trying to find a lot of those things that I do want back. But theater, honestly, meeting you, creativity, I didn't realize how much happiness was missing from me because I stopped performing.
Yeah.
I was living in New York. I was living my dreams. I was having the time of my life just performing. That was literally all I was doing, and doing everything I had, set out to do. And then I moved home after AJ had passed away because I was alone in New York, and I needed my family. I needed home. And I came back and I stopped performing because in my mind, I was like, well, New York's gone. My dreams are gone. It's over. Like, okay, I'm a mom now. Yeah. I'm not an actress anymore. I'm a mom now, which was, I thought, the intelligent choice to do. But really, it made me a worse mom because I was miserable. Yeah. I was unhappy. And because I put expectations on myself, from where I was in my life and just being in a different state. And I decided to do a little one-act play, and I met a mutual friend that both of us had performed with before. I ran into them in this play, and I said, well, I just feel like I need to go back to princessing because I just need to step out of this. I'm working so hard on myself, but I need to find joy again. And the only thing that brought me back to who I was the stage. And through that, it helped me be better in every realm of my life. And I know that sounds like over dramatic, but
no, it's real.
You have to be happy in what you're doing to be able to show up every day and be able to create positivity and act of good. How was I supposed to tell my son to go for his dreams? But because I'm like, oh well, now I'm an optician because my dreams don't matter. What? He gave me a karaoke microphone at like 2 years old, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to sing. He's like, okay, and I'm like, okay, well, that's a problem. That's a real problem. I am missing who I am. That's okay if you stop everything too. And take time for yourself and find yourself again. But there is one day you have to just do it again. That's the only thing. Because you don't have another choice, and you might as well do what you want to be doing.
That's real.
I don't know. I was just rambling for like 72 minutes.
That's real. That's what half this podcast is, by the way. It's just me rambling for like 30 minutes.
I mean, well, we have ADHD and we're crying, so like this could go real fun.
Yeah. But that's very real, and honestly, this company brings me so much joy. My job brings me so much joy. Performing brings me a lot of joy. And actually, when my dad was in the hospital, the last time I did perform was for a family friend who had actually requested me. And I had called him the day before the party when my dad got admitted, and I said, hey, just so you know, like, you're a friend of my dad's, like, he's not doing well. I still am going to do your party. I would love to be your performer, but I just want to let you know. And he said, are you sure? Like, do you, think that you want to do this? Like, isn't there someone else who can, do you want to bring someone else in? And I was like, no, I don't want to bring someone else in. Like, I need to do this for you. I need to have this last bit of joy before, my world collapses, ultimately 2 weeks later.
And
yeah,
it was beautiful, and it was so nice to see. We went and visited your dad after that event.
In costume, we did. Yeah.
Yes, because I mean he's Papa Maurice, and you're
literally.
Belle, and we needed to see Papa.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the butt to get Belle there.
Yeah.
But the way he looked at you and the way he looks at you, he wanted you to be there.
Yeah.
He did. He didn't want anything to stop for him. And actually, he was trying to tell me, well, what are you going to do? How are you going to do this? I'm like, I have her. I have her. Yeah. It's okay. And we will get the girls to this event. We will get people there. You need to dedicate yourself to, what you need to do right now. And it meant the world to him for you too.
Yeah.
Go do what you love to do. And he didn't want anything to stop on behalf of him.
Absolutely not. He was kicking us out of the hospital.
He really was. It was like it was an issue. Yeah. We're like,
it's like, I'm not fucking leaving.
It was, it was sincerely an issue at one point. But he this is exactly what he wants you to be doing. And this is exactly what AJ wanted me to keep doing too. I was just a little more stubborn and pregnant, and I ended up going on bed rest. So I do have more excuses, but
yeah,
But
there is something to be said for how rewarding this job is, specifically doing princess parties and events and stuff. It's like, would I necessarily have the wherewithal to do an entire musical right now? probably not.
Girl, I didn't do a musical in 11 years.
Yeah.
Even when I moved out to New York, I was like, I can't handle a full musical.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
But I was, I was on TV shows and I'm sitting there eating the craft service foods going, this is not fulfilling.
Yeah.
I want to be a princess again. And I was literally in New York and I'm like, this doesn't feel the same.
Doesn't hit the same.
It didn't. It didn't. And I was very grateful for what I was doing and I enjoyed it. But there's just this healing. It's healing for everybody. Everybody in that room. It heals a little bit.
And honestly, as princesses, kids say interesting things sometimes, but there was something that happened, I think it was like 2 years ago, and I think you were Elsa at this time. I don't actually remember, but Elsa and Anna, we know their parents are dead.
Okay, listen, every Disney movie has a tragic death story.
Yeah.
And the very first brother you're going to see at every event wants to ask you how your parents died.
Yeah. But there was, yes, and.
Yes, and.
So I tend to warn performers and say, well, Ariel, if you're Ariel, they might say, like, your mom's dead, blah, blah, blah. But Elsa and Anna, famously, they are orphans. They do not have parents. And there was this one event where there was a child or like two little girls or someone, they came up to Elsa and Anna and they were like, oh, your parents are dead. And we're like, yeah, they are. But, I have my sister and blah, blah, blah. Like, we're doing good in Arendelle. And how's your family? What are your parents like? And they're like, oh, my parents also passed away. And I was like, oh, so this is why we do this job. Because
wait, you said I was Elsa with that?
Yeah.
I get that so often that like no, but then no, that's sincerely it.
Yeah. And it's like they want to know how you dealt with that. And I was like, okay, so in the training, kids aren't always being assholes when they ask about your parents being dead. But honestly, if I was a kid and if I had lost my parent or God forbid both my parents and my favorite princess was there and she also went through that, I would ask her and be like, my parents are also dead. Like, how did you, but you're still here. Like, you're still, super cool and you have ice powers and it's great. But
that is
healing
what's
for
so
all parties.
Special about, I mean, Disney in particular. These are real people. They're not just a story. This is not, to a child, this is not a fairy tale.
Yeah.
To a child,
it's real.
This is a hero to them. And the point of princesses, they're the hero of the story.
Yeah.
Like, most of them don't need to be saved nowadays. But as you can see, with the progression of, therapy and media combining, that it's turning more away from this damsel in distress and this overcoming something immensely traumatic and saving the day for yourself, for your family, for the people you care about, showing up.
Yeah. And specifically, we were actually talking about this earlier today. Frozen 2, I don't know if some people might have skipped Frozen 2, but I mean, I kind of concur with that. I'm a Frozen 2 hater a little bit in my soul.
I'm so tired of Frozen.
I'm so tired, but there was one thing in Frozen 2 that I actually said to my therapist that I quote all the time to myself, something that Kristen Bell, I believe she wrote it or had a hand in creating this because she also has depression. She's probably been through grief. And when Anna thinks that Elsa is dead, she sings this song called The Next Right Thing. And basically it's all about, when your world has ended, when everything feels like it's collapsed, when someone you love is gone, or you think that they're gone in Anna's case, what the fuck is she supposed to do? But the only way that you can get through that and get out of this literal cave that she was in was do the next right thing. What is the next right thing in this moment? When everything feels so overwhelming, everything feels so big and so insurmountable, what do? For me, it is taking a shower. Sometimes it's just answer that email. Sometimes it's, I just need to get up and eat something. I just need to take my meds. Like, that is such a beautiful, simple way to think about grief, to think about, you know, depression days, to think about going through something difficult. It's like everything feels so huge and so you feel so incapable of doing everything, but you'll get there. Just what's the next right thing in this moment? And breaking it down moment by moment. People say take it one day at a time. Okay, no, take it 1 hour at a time. Take it 15 minutes at a time. Whatever will get you through. But honestly, that has sat with me for a long time, literally since that movie came out. And I think it's incredibly profound. I mean, Kristen Bell cooked with that one.
No,
honestly.
but I mean, it's very true, especially in this circumstance, because at the beginning of everything, I wouldn't even necessarily say I am at the end of grief. Right. 12 years later.
Exactly.
There is no end. No. And when you're trying to think of, I mean, everything that needs to be processed in the next forever of your life. That's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So there's a lot of beautiful things that people can say, or like, you know, beautiful advice and things that we've heard. But I'm curious to kind of switch gears a little bit here. People have also said some very out of pocket, very strange, very rude things.
Mostly because people don't know how to communicate.
Yeah. So like, what is the most out of pocket thing that someone has ever said to you when going through grief?
I mean, it's not even just one person.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
A lot of them have said a lot of things.
I mean, let's break it down.
Mm-hmm.
My dad died. I got pregnant. 10 weeks later, my partner died.
Mm-hmm.
I am a couple months out of this. I'm dealing with pregnancy, which, by the way,
fucking sucks.
is like a crazy change as it is. So not only do I have these maternity questions, but I have this underlying horrible grief. Like, I'm doing this alone. I'm doing this alone. Right. I'm doing this alone. And everybody made sure to know I was doing this alone.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just alive right now. Like, I'm literally, all I need to do is stay calm and have this baby not be unhealthy.
Yeah.
Because I have Crohn's disease and I have anxiety issues. So, like, let's add stress on top of that. It wasn't good. So all I was just trying to do was stay calm.
Yeah.
But I got, and I still get this to this day, people will look me straight dead in the eye and say, I would have killed myself.
Damn.
All the time. All the time. And guess what? I tried to.
Yeah.
A lot. In many different ways. But once again, what are you going to do?
Right.
I'm here. Yeah, you would have killed yourself. That's cool that you think I'm stronger than you. But I'm really not.
Yeah.
Because once you start facing, you know, that exact situation, I had a kid. I had things that I needed to be responsible for.
Right.
I had things. And no, if you were faced with those decisions, you would have been in a lot of those situations where you faced those thoughts. I still face those thoughts. But telling me that you would have killed yourself doesn't mean that I wouldn't have been there either. I'm not better than you. I'm not stronger than you. I didn't do it better than you would have. You just didn't see the times. I couldn't do it anymore. You just weren't there.
Yeah.
You'd be here too. But something happens to where you're just stronger and you wake up the next day and you push a little harder next time.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're here. I'm very proud of you. As someone who's also, you know, had her fair share of mental health and suicidal thoughts and attempts and issues, it's hard. And as performers, we mask a lot. And a lot of people don't understand that, you know, just because I haven't said something to you personally, like, Doesn't mean I'm not fucking struggling. And honestly, we put it on ourselves more than we put it on other people, because we would never burden someone else with these thoughts or these feelings. And it's like,
not.
You know, we come last. We're just the, you know, the last person on the list to get their needs met. And it's like, that sucks. And that hurts when people, you know, flippantly are just like, well, I would have killed myself. What the fuck are you still doing here? And it's like, okay, well,
I think it's just the way, I just think it's the way it, I have been told that so many times in different ways.
Yeah.
I think the wording means a lot differently when you're going through grief that other people may not understand. There's just, I mean, there's trigger words for everybody. There's trigger things for everybody. And I frolic around like a little butterfly. And when I say something really dark and morbid, it still comes out of my mouth like a fairy spitting pixie does. Yeah. I don't know. There's things that trigger me. I think that's just what triggers me the most, because it's like, well, yeah, you don't see it.
Yeah.
Like, why would I
tell? Yeah.
So this is actually why we're here telling it.
Yeah. And that's the whole, like, again, that's the whole point of this podcast, is like, just to be cutting through this noise of like, oh, everything's fine, I'm okay, whatever.
We're not okay.
Straight
and you don't
up.
have to ask.
Yeah.
You know what? If you don't know what to say, don't say anything. Mm-hmm. Give a hug.
Yeah.
Talk about the weather, because honestly, we need a distraction. Mm-hmm. We do. But you cry with the weeping. Mm-hmm. You laugh with the laughing.
Yeah.
Read the room. Just stop asking, how are you?
Heavy on read the room.
No, because if you're at work, if you're doing something, oh my God. I moved home from New York, so I was gone for a really long time. I would run into people at a grocery store and we'd be like catching up, and then they'd be like, but how are you? And I'm like, horrible. I am absolutely horrible. But right now I am trying to get my cat litter and walk out of this door right now. Like, I mean, Susan, if you want to call me, we can have a gossip session, but I'm not going to talk about this in the middle of Target right now. Like, I need to get some toilet paper and leave. Like, I don't want to be doing this right. Read the room.
That was, I feel like I don't really have one of like, oh, someone said something so out of pocket to me. I mean, there's been a couple, but I felt the opposite at my dad's funeral. It was like, people that I haven't seen in a while, they want to talk to me about, oh, how's the company doing? How's work? I was like, my dad is lying in a fucking casket 10 feet away. If you wanted to talk about work with me, go get coffee with me a month from now. Do not fucking make me talk about work and be like, oh yeah, the company's growing and we're doing so well. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk about it right now. Like, that was just something that I was like, read the room. Like, read the literal room. I'm begging you. Like,
I think I
just couldn't do it. People probably mean well, but like, what the hell?
People don't know what to say.
Right.
They don't. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. So don't say anything.
Yeah. Just be there.
That's all I'm like, if you don't know what to say, that's okay. You do not have to fill the air.
Right.
There is already so much going on internally that most of what you're saying doesn't even process.
Right.
And the things that you're going to take from that during a funeral are the trigger words, are the things that heat you up because you're angry, because you're sad. And now you're sitting there and masking all of those feelings. Yeah. And the only thing I can take it out of is like, you know, Aunt Clarice talking about, you know, how my tights don't match. Like, this is what you're talking about, Clarice? Yeah. Like, this is not what we do. I don't have an Aunt Clarice, but still.
I did. Fuck that. Fuck that bitch. Anyway. Fuck the hypothetical Aunt Clarice. Clarice. Yeah. Well, I think everyone goes through grief differently, and I know there is no roadmap. I know there is no, like, right way necessarily to grieve, but I appreciate you sharing your story with me and letting me into that piece of your life, because you're so important to me, and I love you, and I'm so proud of you for all of the things that you've been through, and just the way that you continue to be your best self, be the best mom that you can be. You have an incredible legacy that you're leaving with Luca, and I know that AJ is so proud of you. I know that your dad is so proud of you. I know that my dad is proud of you. All the dads are like, we're like the president of the Teresa fan club. So I'm very proud of you, and I love that you are open about what you've been through, because that's incredible.
I'm open about it, but it usually is masked a lot.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I can talk about it a lot, but you're never going to see me cry.
Yeah.
You're never going to see me cry about it. So,
yeah.
Hi. This is literally me every single day.
Yep.
It is the worst thing I've gone through. It is the best thing I could have become because of it.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to grow up a lot. Yeah. I needed to change a lot. And I needed to care about so much less.
Yeah.
And now I am here with a safe community.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully me talking about this in this manner can help, someone else go through.
Absolutely.
Because it's not all happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're princesses, but we're out here struggling. Before we head out for the day, I had a little something that I wanted to share, which is Am I the Asshole? Reddit Stories Funeral Edition.
And this is it's so ridiculously in sync to what we were like both things, like
yes.
grief. Okay.
Yeah. So
let's do this. It's funny.
I have two. Let's start with Am I the asshole for telling my cousin he can't do an interpretive dance at my dad's funeral? This was also, just for some pretense, this was labeled not the asshole by Reddit. So we'll form our own opinions. But I get this might be a no-brainer for some, but hear me out. My dad passed a couple days ago. It was a long time coming and only made worse by COVID. I'm handling the funeral arrangements, and as I was named executor of his estate. I included my aunts and uncle in the planning process out of respect. While we were discussing, my aunt said to my cousin, who is diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, wants to perform an interpretive dance at the church in front of the casket to bid your father farewell. I said no, absolutely not. For one, this is all happening in a church. The priest would have a stroke. Next, my cousin is not a good dancer. It's his hobby, and I'm happy he found something he loves, but I don't feel my dad's funeral is the right venue to showcase his moves to Candle in the Wind. No. My aunt is having a fit, and my cousin is also extremely upset and has accused me of not letting him say goodbye to him in his own way. I told him that he's more than welcome to have a dance at the grave whenever he wants, but the funeral isn't that time. Another cousin told me he was planning to record it for a YouTube video, which is hard no. I don't think it's respectful at all, and I know my dad would have hated the thing turning into the spectacle. Am I the asshole?
So, as a theater performer, mm-hmm. I can see all sides of this situation. I really can. The thing that put, the solid you are not the asshole is the fact that you said your dad would have hated it.
Yes.
This isn't. Yes. This is.
It's about him.
It's not an interpretive dance situation unless your father was an interpretive dance situation type of guy. For example, my partner was a professional dancer.
Yeah.
There were interpretive dances at his funeral, but he was
a dancer, a
professional dancer, and his professional dance friends got together, and there was beautiful performances. You sang at your dad's funeral, but those were your dad's wishes,
right? I would agree.
Read the room.
Yeah, read the room.
This wasn't the room.
Yeah, this wasn't the room, and that's fair. I think. It's different. It would be different if he was like a professional dancer and but at the end of the day,
it wasn't the dad's
the dad's request. It is the dad's
even
wishes.
If they are I mean, even if they are the dancer of all dancers,
it's still not.
It's like the person's
it's
wishes.
Not the time. Yeah.
There's been a lot of like, you know, discussion with you know, like what the family wants.
Right.
You know, that's true. But unless, like, it's the wife.
It's about the person, yeah. Like,
I mean, there's just, like, cousins at this point. Like, how many cousins do you have?
How far down on the family roster are we?
Are we inviting interpretive dancing to every cousin? Like, now does...
drawing names out of the hat to see who gets to do an interpretive dance.
Does Uncle Gerald need to do a samba next? Like, what kind of can are you opening
Are we holding
here?
auditions? Like... Who's the panel here?
Yeah, I don't like bagpipes. My dad wanted bagpipes at his funeral, so we had bagpipes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's so people like lose sight of, okay, this is about the person who passed in the immediate family. Like straight
it really
up.
is.
Even if, like, you know, I feel like certain people like to make these things all about them, because even if they are feeling sad, it's like, okay, this is not about you. Like, I felt that way at my brother's wedding. I was like stressing about how my makeup looked and my hair, and I was like, okay, this is not about me. I was like, people are not fucking looking at me. No. But you have to check yourself in that moment and be like, okay, there are people who need this more than I do. There are, you know, people who they matter more, straight up. Their opinions and their wants and needs hold more weight than yours. So suck it up.
There's things
Don't do the interpretive dance. You're not the asshole. Yeah, I would say not the asshole.
Nope.
Before we head out for the day, I had a little something that I wanted to share, which is Am I the Asshole? Reddit Stories Funeral Edition.
And this is it's so ridiculously in sync to what we were like both things, like yes. Grief. Okay.
Yeah. So
let's do this. It's funny.
I have two. Let's start with Am I the asshole for telling my cousin he can't do an interpretive dance at my dad's funeral? This was also, just for some pretense, this was labeled not the asshole by Reddit. So we'll form our own opinions. But I get this might be a no-brainer for some, but hear me out. My dad passed a couple days ago. It was a long time coming and only made worse by COVID. I'm handling the funeral arrangements, and as I was named executor of his estate. I included my aunts and uncle in the planning process out of respect. While we were discussing, my aunt said to my cousin, who is diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, wants to perform an interpretive dance at the church in front of the casket to bid your father farewell. I said no, absolutely not. For one, this is all happening in a church. The priest would have a stroke. Next, my cousin is not a good dancer. It's his hobby, and I'm happy he found something he loves, but I don't feel my dad's funeral is the right venue to showcase his moves to Candle in the Wind. No. My aunt is having a fit, and my cousin is also extremely upset and has accused me of not letting him say goodbye to him in his own way. I told him that he's more than welcome to have a dance at the grave whenever he wants, but the funeral isn't that time. Another cousin told me he was planning to record it for a YouTube video, which is hard no. I don't think it's respectful at all, and I know my dad would have hated the thing turning into the spectacle. Am I the asshole?
So, as a theater performer, I can see all sides of this situation. I really can. The thing that put, the solid you are not the asshole is the fact that you said your dad would have hated it.
Yes.
This isn't. Yes. This is.
It's about him.
It's not an interpretive dance situation unless your father was an interpretive dance situation type of guy. For example, my partner was a professional dancer.
Yeah.
There were interpretive dances at his funeral, but he was
a dancer,
a professional dancer, and his professional dance friends got together, and there was beautiful performances. You sang at your dad's funeral, but those were your dad's wishes.
Right. I would agree.
Read the room.
Yeah, read the room.
The room.
Yeah, this wasn't the room, and that's fair. I think. It's different. It would be different if he was like a professional dancer and but at the end
but
of the day,
it wasn't the dad's
request. It is the dad's
even
wishes.
If they are I mean, even if they are the dancer of all dancers,
it's still not. It's
like the person's
it's
wishes.
Not the time. Yeah.
There's been a lot of like, you know, discussion with you know, like what the family wants.
Right.
You know, that's true. But unless like it's the wife,
it's about the person. Yeah. It's like,
I mean, there's just like cousins at this point. Like, how many cousins do you have?
Like how far down on the family roster
are we inviting interpretive dancing to every cousin? Like now does
drawing names out of the hat to see who gets to do an interpretive dance?
Does Uncle Gerald need to do a samba next? Like, what kind of can are you opening?
Are we holding auditions? Like. Who's the panel here?
Yeah, I don't like bagpipes. My dad wanted bagpipes at his funeral, so we had bagpipes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's so people like lose sight of, okay, this is about the person who passed in the immediate family. Like, it really is. Even if, like, you know, I feel like certain people like to make these things all about them, because even if they are feeling sad, it's like, okay, this is not about you. Like, I felt that way at my brother's wedding. I was like stressing about how my makeup looked and my hair, and I was like, okay, this is not about me. I was like, people are not fucking looking at me. No. But you have to check yourself in that moment and be like, okay, there are people who need this more than I do. There are, you know, people who they matter more, straight up. Their opinions and their wants and needs hold more weight than yours. So suck it up.
There's things
Don't do the interpretive dance. You're not the asshole. Yeah, I would say not the asshole.
Nope.
One more. So this one is, am I the asshole for not allowing my late husband's affair partner to come to his funeral? And this was also labeled not the asshole. So we'll see. 3 weeks ago, my husband died in a car accident halfway across the country. He said he was going to a work trip, but we later found out that all of that was just another one of his lies, and he was actually on a cheating trip. Something he'd seemingly been doing for at least the past 5 years. So yeah, it's been a very fun few weeks. Feel fantastic. Our kids are 7 female, 14 male, and 19 male. Only the eldest knows about the affair, and we all agreed to keep it to ourselves. The problem lies with his partner. She wanted to be involved. I told her that wouldn't be possible and that she should respect our privacy. Even putting my feelings aside, though he's trying to be strong for his younger siblings, my eldest is battling with his anger and grief. Having her there would only cause problems. Regardless, she was there when we arrived at the graveyard, standing some distance away, but she was still close enough for everyone to just make her out and stand out if she wants to be seen. I told my brother, and he removed her without causing too much of a scene. Afterwards, she sent me a text which summarized, basically called me selfish for blocking her from being there and saying that I robbed her of the chance to say goodbye properly. For some reason, this is slightly bothering me. I found myself justifying my actions to myself repeatedly since receiving the text. I still believe what I did was right, and I put my kids first. She had no business being there, and her presence would only cause drama. She could always go to his grave whenever she wants to say goodbye. Was I the asshole? I'm going to go ahead and say no again.
The lion, the witch,
and the audacity of this bitch. Oh my god.
I get that people may have ties.
Sure. Ties.
But that
again, like, that doesn't trump the family.
This isn't
though.
an ex.
Like, this isn't.
Like, this is somebody.
This is an affair. Like, this is not just like, oh, you know, I want to pay my respect. They did not know about her until, like, all of this happened. So, like, that's crazy.
Are you kidding me? I mean, there were, you know, people that I may not have wanted to see at my partner's funeral. And, you know, people asked for things from me. And I'm like, do you know I'm pregnant with his kid, right?
Hell?
Like, I mean, like, I get it. You guys had a tie. But if I had found out that he was cheating on me for 5 years and this woman just, like, lurked in the shadows.
Are you Pretty Little Liars? What the hell is going on here?
No, that's shady. That's shady.
Yeah.
That's shady. That's shady. Mm-hmm. That's shady.
Yeah.
No. Are you kidding me? No, I have not. No.
And the fact that only the oldest son knows about it and about the affair, like,
what is she just gonna have like a conversation with the family?
Yeah, what the hell?
Like, hey,
like, what do you want there? Yeah, they'd be like, who are you? That's crazy, actually.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that show up at funerals.
Yeah.
That's insane. But if you are the current affair,
the other woman, literally.
And like,
now's not the time, honey.
The only reason you know about the affair is because he died having the affair. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, that's more than a death, because that woman hates that man right now.
Yeah.
But has no way.
Yeah.
My partner died in the middle of an argument with me. It was I left. I was like, I don't want to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
I will never forgive myself for not being able to have that argument. But there's just so many things that you want to say to him.
Right.
And if you put yourself there in front of his wife, you're probably just going to get those words. Especially, I mean, come on. If there's so many things you want to say when you're on good terms and you're angry with grief. There's just so much anger. You're going to get smacked right in the face.
Yeah. No,
there's no other reaction.
Yeah. Literally.
Who would take that with open arms? Would anyone take that with open arms?
Oh my God.
Come on, bestie. We're sharing the same grief.
Oh my God,
what?
Bro. Yeah.
We can bitch about them together.
Yeah. That's a crazy one.
That blew my mind.
Definitely, not the asshole.
Mm-mm.
I would react the same.
I'm stuttering. I have no.
I'm like,
I can't continue to talk about this. I'm heated. I'm not even in this situation. I'm putting myself in these shoes. I want to smack her.
Yeah.
I'm not even a violent person.
Even know her. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Anyway, consider yourself smacked virtually.
No.
Anyway.
And you know what? I will say, there's a lot of times you think, am I the asshole in grief?
Right.
99% of the time,
not.
You're probably not. Because people are probably pushing boundaries on you. People are not reading the room. Mm-hmm. They're not taking consideration into the trauma. And they're greeting you the same way as if it was last Tuesday. And it's not.
It's not.
And if you expect that person to be able to give 100 or be 100 during that time, that's on you.
Yeah. It is literally The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of this bitch. I think about that often. But I think that having this, open discussion about, like, yeah, this fucking sucks. Like, we're just not doing well. Like,
and
straight up.
Okay.
And it's okay. Like, 99% of the time, however you are grieving, no matter what it is, it's probably fine.
If you're still alive,
you've done good. Like, your job is done for the day, honestly. And that's something that I take comfort in, that as someone who, like, has struggled with that in the past, that it's like, okay, I made it through another fucking day. Like, I took a shower. Like, I ate breakfast today. Like,
okay, girl, you crazy. Have done so much more than take a shower.
I've been trying.
She is putting so much positive energy back out into the universe through this, to keep herself. And that's what makes you special, and that's what makes you important. And you don't have to. And I do want to let you know, when this first happened, I said, I know you employ me, but if we need to go on a hiatus, we're going on a hiatus. Yeah. Like, you can't continue to put your 100%. But I will be there through this to help take some of that burden. But if you need to stop, you need to stop. And you said, no, I need to keep doing this. And you've done just bigger and better things through it. And I admire that completely. You're special, and I'm very blessed to have you.
Well, thank you. I'm very blessed to have you too. I thank you so much for coming on my little show today. It's an honor to have you. It's an honor to have you on my team and to know you. And I hope that this episode was helpful for anyone who is going through grief, is going through a tough time. Know you're doing your best, no matter what the 5 a.m. girlies might say, or like what, you know, everyone who's pretending that they're perfect, or, you know, all of this pressure that we feel. It doesn't matter. If you made it through the day today, I'm proud of you, honestly. So that's going to do it for episode 2 of The Slumber Party. Thank you so much for listening and giving us a couple minutes of your time today. We really appreciate it, and we love you. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.